What's Eddie Jones like? Seems
That's
like
your question.
character.
Is this on the record or off?
Yeah.
No,
Chattermouth rules. So,
no, I love Eddie. For me, he's the one who gave me my chance, gave me my first cap, especially when I was playing at Quins and I was always on the bench behind Adam Jones. That year, I only started 1 or 2 games and he took me to a tour to Australia. But no, we've had some moments,
to tell.
yeah, and I was telling a few of the guys earlier about, you know, his team talks. He's unbelievable. Whoever was here when he was doing the same show, he's very, very good at talking and captivating the group around him. And I remember we were playing Italy on a Sunday, Six Nations, my first or second cap. So I'm obviously pretty nervous, want to impress, need to get off the bench to play well. He comes in, everyone's in a circle, headphones in, sweating. You know, we're ready to go. We're going to beat Italy. Let's go. Eddie walks in his probably dressed to kill suit, and he says, "Right, what does Sunday mean to you English cunts?" And then I was literally like, couldn't stop laughing. And then I think Ben Young's like, just said, kind of questioning himself a bit, Sunday roast? And he was like, yeah, that's right, we're going to fucking roast these cunts today. And just like, you know, just stuff like that, like kind of brings the enjoyment to the environment. But no, he's a hard taskmaster. He wants you to work hard and he wants you to realise every time you put on the England jersey, you know, it could be your last if you don't perform, if you take that opportunity for granted. So keeps everyone on their toes, and this year's a big year for English rugby with the Autumn International, Six Nations and World Cup. So I'm a big fan of Eddie.
Absolutely. I remember asking him once what kind of coach he was, and he said, "Well, some players you got to treat with a carrot, and some you got to treat with a stick." And I mentioned Joe Marler to him, your teammate, and I said, "Well, what do you do with Joe Marler?" He said, "I use a big fucking stick." But is that what you've got to do as a coach, you think? You've got to kind of treat different players differently, and depending on what sort of personality they are.
Definitely, yeah. I mean, you see it all the way through. I mean, since we were younger, kind of coming through the age groups at Quins, they do treat you differently. There are guys who do respond a lot better to the carrot than the stick. But I mean, I think in rugby, more often than not, the stick gets brought out, and it's like you said, it's a big old fucking stick sometimes. Especially with Eddie, the majority, it's kind of he sometimes he'll question whether or not he wants you there, question whether or not you want to be there.
Yeah.
And I think those are the kind of ones where it doesn't use a stick as such as kind of getting you flogged. He mentally makes you question yourself. Do you want to be in? And everyone does. Everyone wants to put that shirt on, but you've really got to push yourself, and he makes you push yourself to the limit. I mean, some of the training sessions we've done, you go above and beyond anything you've ever thought you could do, and he'll still ask for more.
Is it too much sometimes? Because some people have been hurt, and he had a falling out with Bruce Craig, didn't he, about what was going on at England training and players coming back injured. Does it go too far?
I don't think so. I think, as Eddie would say, it's rugby. It's fucking rugby. You gotta hit each other, and he wants you to know there's got to be a big step up from club rugby to international rugby. I think he's worked it out. It's a 35 to 40% increase in speed, physicality, contacts. So you've got to train, and the way he wants to train is you train harder than a test match. So when you get to the game on the Saturday, it's easy. So I just think, because England, as a group, we haven't done as well in the last 5 or 6 games, everything's going to be questioned. But we're doing the exact same training when we won 20 odd on the bounce. So it can't be the wrong thing. I think there has to be that significant jump from club rugby to England training. Because as players, if I went to an international setup and their training wasn't as hard as my club's rugby, or not even up to the same standard, I'd be looking around at the coaches and asking questions. So I think it's